Morning, everyone. So it's been, sorry if the wind is there, but it's been beautiful weather for the last, 2 weeks. Lots of sun, although the sky is still kind of a hazy, it's blue, but it's not blue as it used to be. It's more of a hazy white, milky blue, I don't know how to say it. But the weather's been fantastic, aside from the temperature being a bit cold. But the skies have been clear, except when you go down towards the horizon, it's kind of a browny, I don't know, it's yuck. But this morning, everything changes, of course. Because now, let me just see if I can't flip this around. How the hell do I flip this around? Well, I can't flip it around. But you can look behind me. They're at it again. Oh, it's awkward. There's lines and shit all over the place. And this big cross there. How do I turn this camera around, man? Come on. Nope, that's not the button. What the hell is my turnaround? Oh, shit. Anyways, well. Clouds are not so nice. There, you can see it this way, I think. Let me try and position that. They're kind of plastering. Maybe I can blow it up a bit. I don't know. But I got a feeling, come the end of the day, I don't know if you can see that. Some trees. But X marks the spot, huh? Oh, there's another one. Now I've seen the lines all week, or last couple of weeks. I've seen contrails, little lines sticking out a little bit beyond the airplane, but these suckers are going clear across. The whole horizon's starting to fill up with them. So, sunny days for the last couple of weeks. We're going to be on this weekend. Anyway, sorry if it's too windy. Just wanted to run out and show you this. I'd show you the beautiful blue skies on a daily basis, but I'd rather enjoy them than record them. So I'll keep you updated if there's more today. If the cloud goes from, or the sun goes from a nice blue to another whiteout. I'll talk later. I'm out. So the point I was trying to make in this video, and of course the cold drove me in and I couldn't keep my thoughts straight. The video is kind of for people who don't really believe in this chemtrail business, okay? Like I was saying, last 2 weeks or so has been clear skies, okay? There's been no chemtrails. There's been the same air traffic, roughly the same temperatures, and all of a sudden today it changes. All of a sudden the planes leave white lines from horizon to horizon. I mean, it's obviously part of a schedule. It has nothing to do with temperatures and altitudes and that sort of stuff, because the same air traffic every friggin' day going overhead. One day they produce contrails only, and then they produce only chemtrails. Well, there's a couple up there with contrails, but you get the point. So you got to ask yourself, what changed? What's the difference? How can one day be different from the next? How can for 2 weeks there be no chemtrails, and then all of a sudden they're everywhere, from horizon to horizon? It's all part of a schedule. It has nothing to do with the weather or altitudes and all that crap. I'm sure there's a little bit of play there, but chemtrails that haze out the entire sky from horizon to horizon, that's a big difference from a contrail that sticks out, maybe a thumb's distance from the back of a plane. When you hold your thumb up and you look, that's about how long a contrail is when you're looking at it. The chemtrail goes from one horizon all the way across to the other. Big difference. And our skies are getting whited out. And that's an afterthought. I was talking to Mac Fokker, the Flat Earth Fokker. It was under one of his videos. And he mentioned that the chemtrails, the skies were looking different, and he's right. You know, I start thinking about it a little bit. And it's funny how even on a clear sky, you can look straight up, and of course right above you it's nice and blue. But as you pan off to the horizon in any direction, it gets hazed out. It starts to get hazy. I can't even explain it. When the sun is, the sky where the sun is in, that side of the sky, it's like a silver haze. And just pay attention, you'll see what I'm talking about. And when you go to the other side, or anywhere else, really, it's a little bluer, but it starts to pale out. It starts to get to a white, pale haze. And down near the horizon, again, probably maybe, the 2-finger measurement, down at the horizon, it starts to get brown. It's like, really gross. My wife says, well, it's pollution. Well, she's right. But where does all of that pollution come from? It ain't just the cars. It's the fucking shit they're spraying in the sky, I believe. But this gets all back to the alien agenda in my mind, because if they're going to have to make a push soon. The flat earth thing is not stopping. I mean, people are waking up every day, and they're going to have to make a move sometime soon to push the alien agenda. At least that's my opinion. And I start thinking about holograms, the technology. I made a video about it. It's called Come Sail Away. But I didn't make the connection with the chemtrails until after hearing Mac the other day talking. And, all they need for huge holograms to make them, imagine a $1 million budget, or a $1 billion budget. They have, in my video, I showed the hologram over a nightclub, okay? Over people in a nightclub, and it's like a big astronaut. Funny you couldn't find that word, huh? It's like a big astronaut floating over the crowd. And it looks so friggin' real. It's like, like you can touch the thing. And apparently there are holograms that you can touch. So, I see the contrails, huh? It's cold in my basement. So, I see these hologram capabilities, and all you need to do with this hologram stuff to make it happen is have particulates in the air around where you're going to produce this hologram. So if all it takes is a haze in the sky, or in a nightclub, a smoky nightclub, or they put the air particles in, or the water particles, the fog, and they can produce almost very realistic holograms. So if you can do that on a $1,000, a few $10,000 budget in a nightclub, even $100,000 budget in a nightclub to make this stuff happen, imagine what NASA could do with a completely hazy sky and a $1 billion budget. Maybe they push the alien agenda that way. Maybe this contrail, everyone thinks, they're poisoning us. Well, I think they are, just based on what's in the chemtrails. But what other effects could this have? Richie from Boston, he's talking about the 5G network and pumping microwaves into us and that sort of stuff. And there's something to it, I think. Don't know anything for sure. Not saying anything for sure, but... And either with this alien agenda, I'm not saying it is what's going to happen. I'm just saying it's definitely a possibility. The conditions are there for it, the technology is there for it, and the budget is certainly there for it, So, just a thought. Anyways, it's too cold here. I'm going upstairs, have another coffee. I'm out. Talk later.